Okay. Okay. We have to live stream these, so gotta get the camera ready. Okay, good? Okay. Welcome. This public hearing is now open. It's actually 10:02. I am Robin Finnerty from the County of Monroe Industrial Development Agency, and I have been designated by the agency to be the hearing officer to conduct this public hearing. We are here to hold the public hearing on the WDG2 LLC project. The transcript of this hearing will be reviewed and considered by the agency in determination of this project. Notice of this hearing appeared in the Daily Record on Thursday, July 2nd, 2026. WDG2 LLC has requested that the agency assist with a certain project consisting of the acquisition of a portion of an aggregate 3.5 acre parcel of vacant land located on Pittsford Victor Road and Thornell Road in the town of Perrington, New York, and the construction and equipping thereon of a market rate apartment complex consisting of approximately 9 buildings containing in the aggregate 24 rental units. The proposed financial assistance contemplated by the agency includes New York State and local sales and use tax exemption benefits, partial mortgage recording tax exemption benefits, and partial real property tax abatements. All those in attendance are required to register by signing the sign-in sheet. You will not be permitted to speak unless you have registered. If you have a written comment to submit for the record, you may do so. Written comments may also be delivered to the agency at 50 West Main Street, Rochester, New York, 14614. Please note the purpose of this hearing is for the agency to hear all persons with views in favor of or opposed to either the location or nature of the facility or the proposed financial assistance being contemplated by the agency. Therefore, the representatives of the agency will not be responding to comments but will answer clarifying questions about the project and or the financial assistance. If anyone is interested in making a comment, you can raise your hand or I can call you on this from the sheet. State your name and address. If you're representing a company, please identify the company. I request that speakers keep comments to 3 minutes. At this time, we are going to ask for public comment. So just going on the list, I'll start with Ginny.
I'm going to ask Kate to go first.
Kate to go first, sure. No problem.
And you don't have to go to the podium unless you want to.
I would prefer.
Yeah, you can speak.
So my name is Catherine Kaczynski. I live at 33 Parker Drive in Pittsburgh. And my understanding is that this project is going to receive a significant tax benefit from the Pittsburgh School District, although I know it's located in the town of Perrington. Is that a clarifying question I can ask?
Yes,
That's
it is
correct,
Pittsburgh.
right?
Yes, it's Pittsburgh
Okay.
School District.
Okay, so I have 3 children there. And I understand that this project is getting about $800,000 in tax revenue over the next 10 years from the housing pilot. And this is in addition to $2 million in lost tax revenue coming from a housing pilot that was granted to Pittsburgh Oaks Apartments earlier this year. I know that's not an issue today. I bring it up only because I wasn't aware of any public hearing that was ever held on that housing pilot. And I'm here to encourage Comida to require any project subsidized via the new housing pilot to be consistent with Monroe County's stated climate goals, namely to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 80% by 2050. The Monroe County Climate Action Plan identifies buildings as the 2nd largest contributor to our greenhouse gas emissions and recognizes Comida specifically as having an important role to play in ensuring we meet these emissions reduction goals. The CAP explicitly identifies Comida policy as a strategy to meet this goal, including a target use of renewable energy sources in new development. The new housing pilot is exactly the type of program where Comida can demonstrate leadership to ensure we meet our greenhouse gas emission reduction goals. And more pressing for me, and I think most parents of little children facing an uncertain and frankly scary climate future, there is a direct correlation between the housing pilot and the resources being taken away from our children's schools. This tax revenue could be used to support our public schools in myriad ways, least of which would be to help the school district itself meet its own greenhouse gas emission reduction goals. Instead, the Pittsburgh schools lose out on this final revenue, and the greater community loses out when these high housing projects go up without any requirement that they be built in a manner consistent with the county's climate action plan. I understand that the housing pilot is intended to address a housing emergency in our community, but that does not mean the housing pilot cannot also address the climate emergency that we face. This project will be receiving financial assistance for a decade. By then, Monroe County should be almost halfway to its goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 80% by 2050. If we as a community are earnestly working toward this goal, then an apartment building going up today with significant tax benefits should at the very least not further burden our community with increased emissions. Instead, these subsidized housing projects should be a model of green building. So I'll reiterate my hope that Comida will use the housing pilot as an opportunity to demonstrate leadership in this community to ensure a livable future for our children. Please do not continue to provide these generous tax benefits, burdening our community with tax revenue shortfalls without requiring applicants to meet specific green building requirements. Thank you.
Yes. Did you want to?
So I'm just gonna basically echo what Katie said. My name is Ginny Mayer, and I live at 51 Dewey in Fairport. I just want to say that if you're going to grant these tax breaks, which really, steal from the future by taking money from our communities' resources, tax income, and from our school district income, to allow these developers to get the appropriate profit that they need to build these projects. We really need to be asking them to do something for the community as well. So it has to have a clear community benefit. And I understand that in some kind of long process, it will, by providing market rate housing at $2,900 to $4,000 per apartment unit, that is going to somehow relieve the housing crisis for people at the low end of our income ladder. But if you're going to do that, but that is a long-term solution to a problem that has many possible solutions. The only solution to climate change is to stop burning fossil fuels. That's our only option. And if we are committing tax resources and incentives to these projects, we really need to ask these projects to do climate mitigation, including not building new methane gas infrastructure. Now, we don't know anything about the details of this particular project, the actual, how it will be heated, but there's no indication from the proposal that they have considered all electric heat, that they've considered adding solar panels, that they've considered ground source heat pump, for instance, or even infrastructure to support EV car charging. And if we're not going to require that, then I think that's really irresponsible. You're also, and by not requiring it, we're sort of ensuring future days like today. Yesterday was unreasonably hot. Today is going to be pretty hot and humid, and then we also have an air quality emergency right now. So, we're just ensuring that this is going to continue if we don't start acting on climate. Monroe County has acknowledged the climate crisis. It's set a goal of this 80% reduction by 2050. It has published climate action strategies that include aligning Comida incentives with this climate reality that we're facing. So we should not give these breaks without having a clear connection to our climate goals in the community. Thank you.
Thanks. I know you snuck in at the end there. Did you want to speak?
I wasn't planning to, but I'll just say my name is Jane McConaughey. I live near Cardinals Park in Parenton, and I fully support what these women have said. I just hope that, I'm very new to this process, but it seems like our local leaders need to take leadership on this issue and do everything that you can to hold in any development to be thinking about the future and not just short-term, not very creative solutions to our problems. Thank you.
I just need you to sign in before you leave.
Sure.
No worries. And Anyone else wishing to speak? Make a comment? Good. Okay, all right, we'll stay open for 3 more minutes just in case there's a straggler. Go to 10:15, I'll just grab you. While we wait. Have a second.
Sorry, can I ask a clarifying question? You mentioned that written comments would be accepted. Is there a deadline for that?
For
Close of business Monday.
close of business Monday, I would say.
Okay.
Worst
That'll give us
case,
time
yeah.
to distribute to the board.
The board meeting's on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. There wasn't a board meeting yesterday?
There was a committee meeting yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait, what did I do? I was like, wait, what did I do yesterday?
I
I don't remember what I did yesterday. Okay, last chance to make a comment for the record. Okay, 10:15, we will close the public hearing. And these comments are shared with the board along with the live stream.